Hello, it's Jeffrey with Real Nifty Vintage, and I am back with part 2 of the auction haul. So I have quite a lot to get through this time around. Okay, so the majority of what this haul is going to be is things that I generally don't purchase. So my experience and expertise in them is a little lacking, but hopefully that's where you guys come into play, because there are a few things here that I am not sure of, and I'd like to know if anyone happens to have a clue, and you can just let me know in the comments below. I'll call those out whenever I get to them. First, I want to get rid of this crap in front of me. So I bought a stack of dishes at this auction for $3. Now, the majority of what we have here is transferware stuff, things that generally don't hold much value beyond just something that somebody wants that looks kind of cute on an entryway or somewhere. But I didn't buy it for any of these bowls, except they come with it, so that's fine. But we have here just this transfer bowl. I have this one here, and then we have this one here. Okay, all of these I could try to sell in the booth for like, I don't know, $2, $3 a piece. Hopefully they'll sell. If not, they'll be destined to be donated. But I have tried in the past selling things like that, and they generally sit for a while. Okay, so the pieces that I was attracted to. Well, let's start with the one that, the whole reason why I even bid the $3 that I did. It was all for this one interesting piece here. So what this is, I'll show it to you first. It's really cute. So one thing to note about this, it's in pretty rough shape. I'll show you, but the lid is all chipped up. You can see we have these brown spots. Okay, so yeah, it's not in the best shape. And I really didn't even look at this thing, okay? I was across the table, they were kind of holding it up. I said, oh, that's kind of interesting, I like that. So I bid. What it is, this is Homer Laughlin. The name of it, I don't know of the name. It goes by, well, just Homer Laughlin cream and green, or, you know, things like that. But people are also calling this a bean pot. It doesn't have the traditional handles of bean pot, so I don't know what it quite is. I don't think it's a bean pot. It could just be like a sugar or something similar to that. But there it is. I think it's pretty darn cute, and I'm gonna hang on to it probably. Now, think about this. If it was in perfect shape, and yes, you can find this in perfect shape without any of the issues that I just showed, it would go for about $15. So we're not talking great money here by any means, but I'm gonna hang on to this. I think it's kind of cute for me, and and honestly, look at this. I do collect this, and if you're a longtime viewer, or at any rate, you would know that I collect Franciscan ivy in the, I just said what it was, Franciscan ivy. I Love Lucy pattern. Look at that, they kind of coordinate well, don't they? So, I know, I need to speed it up. Okay, oh, I'm not done with that stuff. So also with that stack of dishes, I have some ironstone. Generally do not buy ironstone, but why not? So, warranted Royal Ironstone China, Charles Meakin, England. We have here like this little dish. It could be a great dish for soap, a bar of soap, I think. It's kind of like a little ramekin, but it's pretty cool. There is lots of wear to the edges there. Can you see? Lots of gray lines and stuff. There's that one. And then a very large platter, also ironstone, also marked on the bottom. Ironstone China, J&G Meakin, England. So that's pretty cool. Light crazing throughout, but this is perfectly in line with the farmhouse decor that's ever so popular. So I don't think that that'll have it, well, it could have a problem selling in the booth. I'm not sure, because it is kind of heavy, but wouldn't that look nice on on anything, like on a nice rustic looking thing? What am I saying? Like a buffet, on a rustic buffet, put like a lantern on it, a couple pillar sticks, you know, make it look cool. Also included with those dishes were these two bowls. So I have here in the infamous Hall Jewel Tea in the autumn leaf pattern, right there. This has the raid. It's called the raid styling with the way that this does the lines on there. And this is a mixing bowl. This would be the smallest, I believe. Yes, I think so. This would be the smallest of the 3 mixing bowl set. And then lastly, we have something kind of new to me. It's Cameo Ware by Harker. I think it says Harker. Harker Pottery Co. But isn't that fun? Look at that. It's a cameo, quite literally, on this blue, this really nice French country blue, creamy white. So that's cool. I think these two will have a pretty good shot at selling in the booth. So yeah, for $3, I think I did pretty darn good. I also bought a cookie jar that I was surprised to be able to buy at all for what I got it for. $2. I'm gonna show it to you and I'll tell you who it is. This is an old antique looking stove in white. They also made this in black with, I think gold is the accent, or yeah, gold, I believe. So we have gold and white in this form here. This is made by McCoy. So I'm surprised it even sold for $2. There's no issues with it, no cracks, chips, obviously minor paint loss, but look at that, it's so cool. So this will be going in the booth. I don't want to ship it, it's way too heavy for that, and I don't like this, the way that it sticks up. I think that's going to cause trouble for shipping. So hopefully it sells here locally in the booth, but it's super cool. For $2, I looked online on eBay on, well, I have a Worth Point subscription and they historically sell for about $25 to $30. So that's pretty awesome. I bought something kind of strange. So I usually don't buy baskets or anything like that because I don't know the market. But what I do know is that brand names are popular and collectible. But here's the thing. I wasn't after the basket. I thought, sure, I could sell the basket. It's pretty cool. But what I was really after was this dinky looking plant stand that I didn't look up because here's the thing. My internet is terrible on my phone. And whenever I'm out in the country at these auctions, the reception's bad enough. But I have this phone plan that is super cheap. It's like $15 a month. But I give up for that cheap price reception. So I don't always have reception when I need it. So I couldn't look anything up, obviously. But I'll show you the basket, then I'll show you the plant stand. So this went for $27.50. Now, there is a logo right here, P&G, Procter & Gamble. Very nice basket. This was a gift given out, I believe, for when you retired or some kind of big event like that if you worked in the company. But it's a really nice, large, brown basket. What I like about it, and I can't really even show you, let's see here. The lid is a split or a slit top lid. So the handle goes right through there. I think that's super cool. I like it a lot. So for $27.50, in the moment I thought I might as well take a chance. When I got home, I looked this up. It sells for between $50 and $60 by itself. So that's awesome. I'm not gonna be, really mad about that purchase. And I think it's pretty neat. So we have here Procter & Gamble basket. And they did also make this in a lighter color, but the darker color seems to be a little bit more popular. So I'm pretty happy. Now, as far as the plant stand is concerned, I'll show it to you and then you're probably gonna think, why did you want that? I'll show it to you. It's pretty basic, right? I mean, and I don't know much about furniture. Let me throw that out there. I just thought, this is calling my name. And I'll show you the top. So things that stood out to me. Well, ironically, the wood, it looks like it's split here and here. So at first glance, I thought, well, this thing is a dinky looking plant stand. It's breaking in front of my eyes with lines there. And then in the bottom here, this brace, let's see if that'll pick up. There is a line right there. So I looked a little closer. Those are not breaks. That is where the wood has been put together. And then I looked at how it was put together, and that tells you the full story. This was intentionally done. It did not break in half like that. There is I guess they call that a rabbet. No, they don't call that a rabbet. They call this it starts with a D, I feel like. Dovetail perhaps. So right through there, there's a little dovetail, right? I think that's what they call that. And it sticks in there and it helps give that a little bit more strength and support. So what we have here is an arts and crafts movement, also known as mission style, but the correct and maybe best name to use would be arts and crafts. It's a plant stand, lovely. So this would be early 1900s, so probably prior to 1915, I would say. Now it is also marked on the underside here, Conry Davis. I did look that up, and there are only about 5 to 10 sold listings on WorthPoint right now. Now, let me say, WorthPoint actually allows me to see years and years, right? Like I think it's up to 7 or 8 years of historical sales data, not just on eBay, but on other larger auction services. So only being able to find 10 listings that sold is kind of interesting. And let me also say, the 10 listings were not of this at all. They were of other things. So 0 listings, to be frank, of this. I don't know what this sells for. What I think and hope that it would sell for is about $50. It's very interesting. It's early Americana here. I mean, well, arts and crafts movement. It's pretty popular. Arts and crafts had its comeback years ago, about 20 or so years ago, but I still think that the age on this is going to help drive it to sell. So yes, it's made by Conry Davis. I can't make out the rest of that. I think it says Indiana, but other than that, it is very neat. So there are some minor blemishes being the age that it is, but all in all, it's very nice. It's made of oak, and I like it a lot. So this will probably make its way online for between $50 and $75 plus shipping. I haven't figured out what that shipping is going to be. It's going to take a large box. So the pair of those, by the way, did I even say that? I had to buy the pair, right? The basket and that for $27.50. I think I did okay. So there we are. Let's do these things right in front of me. Okay, this here is another item I paid up for, and how much did I pay? I don't remember. It was just shy of $30 for a cookie jar. Very cool. So this is Hazel Atlas, and it's this pink fired on. Is that? I always get this confused. Fired on or flashed. One of the two. I don't remember. But it's applied only to the outside of the glass. This is not the color of the glass. It's clear glass. And you can really tell that by the fact that you can see like where the worn areas are, it's back to clear. It scrapes off. I would say this is fired, not flashed. So yeah, let's just say it's very similar to what Pyrex does to the outside of theirs. And I would say the durability of it is pretty similar. So I would say fired on, just like Pyrex does. Either way, this is a cookie jar with a clear lid made by Hazel Atlas, and I think it's really awesome. I will put this online. It's going to definitely sell for more online than it will in the booth here. Like I said, I paid $30. That's on the low end of what they normally can sell for. But on the high end of what they can sell for is about 50 to 60. So I'm going to try to make my money up on that aspect of it because I couldn't get in at the low price of, say, $15 would be lovely, but it didn't happen. So we're going to hope I can do about $50 or $60 plus shipping. So yeah, this might be a long tail item, but it's just fun, and I really think the color is great. We're doing pretty okay on time. I need to speed up. This here is pretty cool. That's all there was to it. I'm going to let you guess. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What was it? What do you think it was? It's an Inkwell. This is the bottom half of an Inkwell. A lady at the top of a lady would have sat on top of this. This is the bottom part of her dress. So this is an Inkwell. It's made by Nortaki, made in Japan, and unfortunately, one thing. If this was complete, it would sell for about $300 or $400. I am not joking. As part of an Inkwell set, I don't know how much it will sell for. I have seen just the top sold, and they weirdly enough, the one I saw sold for like $15, So what would the bottom sell for? I don't know. Now I will say that there are multiple versions of this. So it's not like, you know, you can just kind of, it's not like I can just wait online and try to find the top of it, because there's more than just one top available, and they're kind of rare as it is. So if I was to list this by itself, I don't know what I could sell it for. I would hope that it would be around $50. I think that's a pretty fair price, but I don't know. This was just kind of included with something else that I got, but there it is, really awesome. I did get a large assortment of glass insulators. These are those electric insulators that have been popular. I don't know if they're currently being used right now for crafting, but people used to buy them and do stuff with them. So I have, that kind of looks like a mushroom. So I have a, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 of these smaller ones in different colors. So we have a blue one in this case, this kind of pottery one, creamy color, and then clear. So those are the colors I have of these small ones, and I paid $9, but I did not buy them for the insulators that I just showed you. I bought it because this large insulator was also included, and I had never seen anything like this before. So for $9, all of the little ones and this one, I figured might as well. So I bought it. It's heavy, it's super heavy, and there it is. So what would someone do with this? I don't know. I'd like to know. And as far as value, I think it would probably sell for about $30, $30 to $40 at the most around my area in the booth. I would hope. I gotta set that down. My, that's heavy. So I hope that was a pretty good purchase. I don't know. I mean, we'll find out. This is a really nice old soap dish. You mount it on the wall. It's in very worn shape. So not much left of the original coating, but yeah, this would look really awesome in a farmhouse type setting with a porcelain sink. Love it. Think it's great. This was included with a wire basket that I'm about to show you. So this was inside the basket, but I'll have to look that up and see what it does online, see what I want to do with listing it or putting it in the booth. I'll show you the other two things that were in the basket, then I'll show you the basket. By the way, I have a question about the basket, so I need help. These two horseshoes were also included in the basket, this one and a smaller one. They will go in the booth. This basket, I would like to know, if anyone happens to have a clue, what it is, but there is a hook, and it is firm. It's a very firm basket. The stuff, and it's making a mess. It holds its shape well. What I'm trying to say is it's heavy gauge wire. Okay, this isn't like flexible at all. So this is a very, boy, there's a lot of debris in here flying around. It's a very well-made basket with a hook. So first glance, and I asked Barb, we think that it could be used like with a scale because of the hook to weigh things. But if you happen to know, I would be very curious. So there's that one. I did get some mugs here. Now these are interesting and I have not had a chance to look them up. They're made by Federal. Their logo is on the bottom, an F. I wish that would show with the little shine there. Well, it's an F with a shield around it. That is Federal's logo, Federal Glass. We have here 4 matching mugs, and this opalescent type glass here. Not milk glass, but close. A friend understands your hurts. Happiness is being with someone special. Friendship brings happiness. They're all slightly different. And sharing, that's what friends are for. So it's a 4-piece mug set. Pick those up. And those came with that porcelain light fixture from the very last video that goes up on the ceiling, Victorian styling. I thought this was fun. It's an aluminum soap container, probably for travel or camping, but it's so cool. And there's a piece of dial in there. So yeah, I have to look that up, see if anybody finds this like that they have to have it online. I don't know. Oh, I got lots to go through still. Okay. Here. Okay, I did buy some tins, some tin cans. Firstly, we'll go with this one here. We have a Nabisco cracker tin for saltines, right? Yeah, saltines. So these are very popular. They have been, I mean, I see them all the time in different in different conditions. So this one happens to show a lot more wear. Whether or not this one is older than a lot of them that I see, I don't know offhand because there's not really any dating on here. But as you can see, the top's pretty worn too. For the aesthetic appeal, I really don't know if it matters quite that much about the age of these. It could, but I do know from the mall that someone recently bought one of these and her thinking was, oh, they keep your crackers fresh. So I wouldn't recommend using this one for that, but the one she bought was in good shape. This came as part of my grouping, and so at some point it's some jewelry, earrings and a necklace. It says styled by Miss Champlain right there. So we don't know anything about that. This is pretty cool. Old toys. Paper doll set. So it says modern stick-on dresses, and it has this girl in her clothes. So I opened this up. There's a lot more in here than just that. There's actually a really interesting set of bride, groom, maid of honor, and best man. They're cardboard cutouts, and they come with like the different clothes, so you could dress them up for the wedding. That's in there. And it's also made by the same company. So yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. I don't know if I'll just sell it all together or separate the bride groom thing from what this box is supposed to be. But I think it's pretty awesome. And like I said, I don't know much about the value on that. It came included with, though the two games, that game and this Kerplunk game, came also with that light fixture for the $15 that I paid. Kerplunk, there it is, 1960s, what age was this? 1967. So that's that classic game. Pretty darn cool. I haven't looked to see if everything's in there or not, but it's a booth item. Unless they sold for a lot of money online, but I don't think so. I think it's a pretty common game. Okay, I did buy some tins. I started, but I forgot to finish. We got this great Blue Star, very cool. Blue Star potato chips tin. These will be going in the 1950s theme booth. I paid, I think it was $12.50 for the tins. So we got the premium, the saltine crackers. This one here, really nice. I like the graphics a lot. And then I was happy to get this cracker tin. I don't see it hardly ever. Edgemont Crackers. This is a very old tin, 1924. And it's in this cream and green. Love it. Very, very cool. This side is the better of the graphics. This side has a gash right there. But these sell for about $15 online, 15 to 20, depending on condition. Again, that'll be going in the booth. And the last tin that I got, also included for that same price that I mentioned, is Swift's Brookfield Frozen what though? Don't know. Highly perishable, use promptly, after defrosting, stir thoroughly before using. But we don't know what it was. So, pretty cool. That'll go in the 50s booth as well. I keep catching myself on this wire. Okay, I have a few more tins, and then I have a couple quilts. So stick around for the quilts because those are pretty cool. I got 2 bread boxes. I paid actually I got 3 things here I'm about to show you. I paid $6 for all 3 things. This one here is not much to it. It has red on the top, this creamy color, and it's a bread box. It's sort of falling apart here at the seam. It kind of came undone, and the front is not in great shape. There's not much to it. The top is pretty good, and it is a bread box, but as it is, I think it's probably worth maybe $6 in the booth if I can get that, because I think what you can do with it now are pretty limited. This here is one of the main reasons why I bought the stuff to begin with. This is a larger, well, this is a picnic basket, not a bread box, but it does have the aerated holes right here in the back. Like it a lot, really cool. And it has these wooden handles. So this one here, I would hope to get about $15 for it by itself in the booth. We'll see if that'll go for that, but I would hope. And then the last 10, and the last 10 for that $6 is this basic one here. It's blue, there's no graphics on it, but it's pretty cool, and it does latch in the front right there. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty fun. It's kind of cool. That'd be great for the front porch. All right, I just have 2 quilts to go through. Now these I paid up for. This one here I paid $9 for, and the next one I paid, forgot, $22. I paid like $22 for the other one. So this one here, if you can see, it has these cross stitches on here. It's really, really cool. It's not in perfect shape. This has wear, but it's a great project piece if you wanted to cut it down and do things with it. So there's that one. But it is about 70% good, you know, 70% usable, nice stuff. This one here was the one that went higher. These are hand done, by the way. You can tell that by the stitching and the way that it's done. This one here is pretty. This one went for higher, like I said. And this one is about 80% or 85% good. You can see it. I've already washed both of these quilts. They came with stains and things like that. So I let them soak for about 2 days in OxyClean outside, and then I washed them right after. So they are pretty much good to go, ready for action. I just remembered that I forgot one more thing. I bought a tractor seat. So this was $10 for this tractor seat. First tractor seat I've bought. Didn't know why I bought it either. I just thought that that was a pretty good price, and with what people do these days, you can actually hang this on your wall. Be really cool to do that. You could turn it into a stool. I've seen many people do that. So there's lots of practical ways you can make this interesting as a craft item. And for $10, I'm sure I can double my money at least in the booth. So that is actually everything that I had to show you. And I'm gonna go ahead and wrap that up here. This video is long enough. Like I said, I did have a couple questions. Actually, mostly just that basket, the metal basket with the hook. If you happen to know what that was, I'm very curious. So thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye-bye.